Hello, I'm here in Kimball, Nebraska with my mother and my wife. The two of us are visiting my mom. She's here in the nursing home and she is improving and is much better. Are you smiling, Mom? Really good? Actually, I could just take a picture out of the video. It'll be all right.
I don't know. Now I'm self-conscious. I don't know.
We appreciate your prayers for her. Please continue to pray. And also for Lois and I, we will be traveling back to Missouri this week. I'm filming this devotion next to my mother's Christmas tree. You've noticed that you have not yet seen our moving nativity in our yard. We left to travel here the first Sunday in Advent, so we haven't yet been able to begin that moving nativity. We will start that soon after we arrive home. Thinking about communion. Jesus proclaimed a very interesting word, saying, from creation, all people have been born of women, comparing them with John the Baptist, and he is the greatest one. But from then on, all of those that will enter heaven's kingdom, compare them with John the Baptist, and the most recent one that enters heaven's kingdom. Yes, that one is the greatest one. Matthew chapter 11, verse 11. So, are you greater compared to John? Greater, not meaning greater. Greater, what is that meaning? Greater, not meaning proudfully better. Not meaning one person is more important. No. Greater meaning a heart inside. The Advent, the arrival of Jesus, is the coming of God's temple into your heart. Yes, from creation until the end, Jesus' death on the cross and his resurrection saved all people. But with the Advent, the arrival of God's Holy Spirit poured into God's people, each recent one entering God's kingdom is God's temple, God's home from above, born into your heart. Wow! John 3, verse 3, John 14, verse 23, and 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. We saw Simeon in the temple, and he took Jesus in his hands. Luke chapter 2, verses 28 through 32. We saw John touch Jesus and baptize him. John chapter 3, verses 13 through 17. Those two had faith saving them, but greater are those recent ones entering God's kingdom, meaning you and me. Wow! Greater, not meaning a prideful thing, but God's grace, obeying God's command, and you come to the Lord's Supper. Like no one before Jesus, you take Jesus into your hands and hold Jesus. You receive Jesus into your heart, receiving forgiveness and life. Are you a greater one? Do you regularly receive Jesus in the Lord's Supper?